So the film begins with John and his brother Peter. Both of them were at the railway station because today, after many years, John's wife was coming to their city with their son. As soon as they get off the train, John becomes very happy and introduces both of them to his brother Peter. They book a carriage to go home and Peter tells John that you go home now. I have some work in the city that I will come only after that. By the way, there was another couple sitting inside the carriage who told them that they will get down in the next city. The carriage was about to leave when a man named Paul opened the door of this carriage. Paul and his friend were criminals and had just been released from jail. They intimidate the couple sitting in front of John and get them out of the carriage and sit in the carriage themselves. They also had alcohol. John was feeling uncomfortable with these people, but he remained silent because he just had to go home. On the way, these people were drinking alcohol and talking very strange things. When John felt that his son was also getting uncomfortable with their talks, John himself started talking to his son, and here we came to know that both John and his son were fond of hunting, and John's son was very excited to go hunting the next day. Now Paul, who was drunk, his eyes fall on John's wife. He offers a drink to John's wife too, which she refuses. So John says, "Come on, this is our culture and you will have to drink." John gestures to his wife and tells her to accept it. After accepting, she returns the bottle. After this, Paul crosses all limits. He starts harassing John's wife. In front of John's eyes, John even tells her to put her hands behind her back, but to tease John, Paul picks up his wife and makes her sit on his lap and makes her say that you are nothing in front of me. John was about to kill him when Paul and his partner took out their guns. John was smart. He asked his wife to pull Paul's hair. When she said so, Paul dodged them and pulled his gun, and in this scuffle, the other man's gun also fell down. John, pointing his gun at Paul, asked his son to pick up another gun from below, and as soon as his son got down in fear, the other man smartly picked up his son in his lap and put a knife on his throat, and now both of them together blackmailed him that if he wanted his son and his wife's life, he should drop this gun right there. As soon as John bent down to put the gun down, Paul's partner pushed him out of the carriage. John was badly hurt, but because he knew that his family was in great danger, he got up. He kept chasing the carriage. Even the carriage went far away from his reach. But he did not stop running, and finally when he stopped at a point, he saw a carriage in the distance. He ran towards it and found his son lying on the road who had been killed by those cruel people. Hugging his son, he moved forward and saw the dead body of the carriage driver as well. He picks up the gun of this carriage driver and aims it at Paul standing in front and shoots him dead. He now saw the carriage as well, and when he went near it, he was shocked because his wife was dead inside it and in a very bad condition, due to which John came to know that his wife had been abused. He looks at Paul in anger. Paul understood that John was so angry that he would kill him. He starts begging him for his life and tells him to swear on me. I did not even touch your wife. But John was not going to listen to anyone. He had gone mad with anger. He first shoots Paul in the leg, due to which Paul falls down while running, and then he kills Paul by shooting all the bullets in his chest. After which John takes the dead bodies of his wife and daughter to his house on horses. The next day when Peter came near his house, he saw 2 horses outside the house which were not even John's. He felt something strange. When he went inside, he saw the dead bodies of John's family and he broke down. Here he hugged John and supported him and said that whoever has done all this, we will not spare him. Peter now asked him that who were those people. Then John said, I have never seen them nor did I know them. The scene cuts and we are shown a scene of another village. Paul's brother is a big gangster here whose name was Henry. Henry comes to the village and threatens the mayor and says that if my brother's murderer is not found by this evening, then I will leave this village. I will kill 2 innocent people. Here the mayor apologizes to him and says that I know the bodies of these 2 are definitely from our village. But the killer of these 2 is not from our village. Who needs to stand against you? Looking at his brother's dead body, Henry told the chef that now you have only 2 hours. Find the culprit in 2 hours. Otherwise I will kill 2 innocent people. Everyone knew that it is not possible to find the killers in 2 hours because those killers are not from their town. That is why these people start choosing those 2 innocent people by killing whom Henry can cool down the anger of his brother's death. These people plead with an old woman and say that you have become very old. You will die in the coming few years. If you sacrifice for the people of the town, then we promise that we will take care of your grandson in every way. And secondly, here a disabled man is ready to sacrifice himself to save his village. When Henry comes here after 2 hours, it is obvious that the culprits were not found, so the mayor brings these 2 people in front so that Henry can kill them. Henry was angry. He mercilessly killed these 2 people, and in spite of that he shot 2 more innocent people standing there. Seeing this, all the villagers were stunned. And then Henry said that the first 2 people were not enough. Now, because the bodies of Henry's brothers were found in this town, he increases the tax of $80 that he used to collect from this village earlier, to $10, which the people here will collect and give to him every month. Then in the evening it is shown that Paul's funeral was done. Henry comes to Paul's widow Madeline and starts regretting it. He promises her that I will take revenge for your husband, and after that both of us will rule this town together. Madeline, who was in grief at this time, gets angry at Henry's words and she signals Henry to keep quiet. On the other side we see that John and Peter quietly perform the last rites of their wife and son. John did not want to live in this city anymore. So Peter and his brother decide to sell this place and all their things and move to another city. The next day these people come to the town. The same town where they killed Paul. We see a woman here who had seen John and Peter coming here. She remembered that yesterday she had seen these 2 at the station too. And Paul and his companion were going to come back to the town with these 2. She goes and gives this news to the foreign sheriff. Here Peter comes to a weapon shop which was being run by a child. When he asks him about his elders, the child tells that I do not have mom and dad. I used to live with my grandmother, whom Henry also killed. Peter tells her here that I have come to sell some skins. Hunters often used to come to sell skins. That child asks Peter if he knows how to use a gun. Peter replies yes. That child requests Peter that why don't you fight for us? You kill Henry. Our lives will become easier, but Peter refuses because he does not want to be a part of anyone's fight. In this anger, that boy also calls Peter a fool. We are shown that when John goes to the mayor to sell his land bought in this town, the mayor tells him that I cannot give you more than $10 for that land because I do not have more money than that. John gets angry that I bought that land 5 years ago for $150. Is its rate still only $10? Then the mayor tells him about Henry and says that Henry takes tax from the people here. Due to which our treasury has also become empty and people are leaving this town at a low price and the value of the place in this town has started decreasing instead of increasing. If you want this money then keep it or else leave from here. John, who had to leave from here at any cost, agrees to this deal of the mayor and starts leaving from here with $10, and while leaving the mayor warns him to hide the money in his shoes or else anyone can rob him. The scene is cut and it is shown that Henry and Paul's wife go and meet a businessman who has an oil company and wants to extract oil from this town. For which Henry contacts them because more than half of the land of this town belonged to Henry and his brother Paul. The businessman also explains to Henry that your hooliganism will not last for long. If you take people along then you will survive for a longer time. Will you be able to do it? But Henry makes fun of their words and says that if you leave this whole matter to me, then I will clear this entire town in 3 weeks. On the other hand, before John and Peter could leave this town, the sheriff and his men catch John and take him to jail because they came to know that John had murdered Paul. John tells these people that okay, I have accepted that I have murdered Paul, but you leave Peter. Then the sheriff tells him that we will not leave Peter either because he had broken the deputy's face and he is serving a sentence for that. The sheriff and John start talking. Then John tells that Paul was a very bad man. He killed my son and did very wrong to my wife, and after that he also murdered her. I killed him in this anger. Here the sheriff tells him that Paul also used to be a good man once. But the World War changed him completely. The sheriff tells him that if you had not killed Paul in anger, many innocent people would have been alive today and the lives of other innocent people would not have been in danger. Here the sheriff tells him that I have still caught you for Henry and I will not be able to do anything in the matter of you and Henry even if I want to. In a short while, Henry and his men reach here and they drag John out of the jail. Henry's man asks him, "Hey, I have heard that you are a soldier. What do you do? Who do you support, the Germans?" Saying this, he punches him hard and takes him away from here, putting him on his horse. John was badly injured by all this. After this, these people brought John to Henry's base, where John is hung with a bamboo with his hands up. The heat was getting intense. John's condition was getting worse when Henry and Paul's wife came here. Henry told him that I will not let you die so soon. I have heard that you are a soldier. You have great strength in him. That is why I will kill you after torturing you. After this, Henry brings Paul's wife in front and says, "This is the man who killed your husband and now I will take revenge from him." John said without any fear, "Your husband did very bad to my wife. After that he also murdered her. He even murdered my son. The innocent who had no fault." Even after killing these two people, when he was not satisfied, he killed both the carriage drivers as well. Whatever I did was right to do with him. Henry gets angry after hearing all this and silences John by hitting him with a whip and says that I will not hear another word about my brother. Henry now tells his people to let him hang here. Neither will he get food nor will anyone give him water. He will die here in agony on his own. Time keeps passing. John's condition keeps getting worse and worse. Even the cheetahs start circling his head to eat his flesh. Hours later, we see that the mayor arrives here. John thought that he must have come to help him. But here John saw that the mayor himself was in cahoots with Henry. He asks Henry, "Can I take John's shoes?" Henry, who did not know that there is money inside John's shoes, tells him, "Yes, take off whatever you want from it." After taking off the shoes and stealing the money, the mayor threatens him that you will die soon, and saying this, he leaves from here. On the other hand, it was shown that John's brother Peter was still in jail. Here, when the sheriff started going to the church, he asked the deputy to keep an eye on him. Peter took advantage of the opportunity and started insulting the deputy and said, "Who would like to see your broken teeth, this mark on your face and ears and eyes?" Hearing this, the deputy gets angry and he comes close to him to kill him. As soon as he comes near him, Peter overpowers him from inside the prison and kills him by holding his leg and throwing him down, and then frees himself by taking the key from his pocket. On the other hand, at Henry's house, we are shown that till now John was hanging in the same condition. No one had any mercy on him. He turned out to be so innocent that as soon as his brother died, he even slept with the video of his brother. That too forcefully and shamelessly, he told Madeline, "How many years I have waited for this day." He tells her that once all these issues are over, I will make you the queen of this place. Madeline does not say anything at this time. Grief and anger were clearly visible on her face. When tears come out of her eyes, she turns her face to the other side. Anyway, it is night and it is shown that now it has started raining very heavily, and in this rain Peter secretly comes inside Henry's base to save John, who had become very weak now. He was very much injured and was not even able to stand. 2 guards were guarding John at this time. It was seen that as soon as one guard went inside, Peter secretly went inside to kill that guard and broke his neck and threw him on the ground. On the other hand, it was shown that Madeline was watching everything, but she did not inform anyone because she herself wanted that everyone should be saved from Henry's clutches. After that, Peter went out. He cut John's ropes and took him away from here by making him sit on his back. Outside at the main gate, he encountered 2 more people whom he killed by firing bullets. Henry also became alert on hearing the sound of the gun. But by the time he came out, Peter had run away from there with John, and Henry was wasting his bullets in the air to kill those people. When he realizes this, he chases him with his horse. We see that John had become so weak that he was not able to ride the horse himself, let alone sit on it, and he falls off the horse. Peter also knew that Henry's men were after him, who would catch him and kill him. He wanted to save John, that is why he takes John down and hides him behind the rocks, gives him a gun and says that you stay here, I will definitely come to save you. After which he runs ahead with the horse, so that Henry's men think that he has gone ahead and Henry's men get distracted from his brother. Henry's men were in large numbers at this time, who finally catch Peter and kill him. In the morning, when John regains consciousness, he sees from behind the rocks that these cruel people had killed his brother and were mercilessly dragging his dead body after tying it. John's anger increases even more on seeing this. The grief he had earlier for his wife and son was now joined by the grief for his brother, and John decides to take revenge for both of them. Here we see that when Henry reaches home, he finds that all his men were killed and Madeline was also missing, and the money he had earned from the oil business was also missing. It is shown that in reality Madeline had killed all of them and was planning to escape from here by stealing the money. She reaches the railway station as well. At this time, we can see fear and happiness together on her face. She wanted to get rid of this life of oppression. She wanted to run away from here. The train also starts and she breathes a sigh of happiness. At last, she was free. But then it did not happen. She saw that Henry's men were chasing her on horses, and they even stopped the train, from which they finally took Madeline out. Henry takes her home, ties her hands and beats her hard and says that my brother saved your life once, but he will not come to save your life every time, and this time you will surely die. He orders his men to kill her. Then one man tells him that I want Madeline for one night first. Henry starts laughing at his words and says that keep the one whoever you want as long as you want, and then slit his throat. On the other hand, it was shown that John, who was very weak and was burning with the fire of revenge, was feeling thirsty. He enters someone's house and starts taking water from his well. The woman points a gun at him out of fear, but when she understands that John is just thirsty, she brings him home. She finds John very weak, so she gives him food along with water and tells him that due to Henry's crime, they will not be able to live here because Henry had killed her husband and now he has taken over all her property. She tells John that I am going to leave from here. If you want to come with me, you can. But John says no, I don't want to go from here. I have to take my revenge from Henry. After eating food and resting, as soon as John gets a little strength, he first comes to Mayor's house and threatens him and asks him where is my money. He also asks him that why were you talking so nicely to Henry? When you met me earlier, there was fear in your voice for him. Listening to his threat, Maru tells him that I am in cahoots with Henry. I will buy the land of the city for him at cheap rates so that Henry becomes the owner of all the land here. He should go and all the oil treasures under the ground should become his. He should earn money by selling the oil to the government, and because of that I will also become rich. Hearing this, John gets so angry that he asks the mayor to get locked in a coffin lying here. The coffin was actually made by Henry for John. After which he goes to the weapon shop of that child who was earlier asking Peter to take revenge against Henry and fight. He was now fully prepared for the war with the weapons. This child also supports him in the war because he also wanted justice for his grandmother and all the people of the town. As soon as it is morning, first of all these people deliver the dead body of the mayor inside a cart. Henry opens the coffin and starts laughing after seeing the body of the mayor and says that I had got this coffin made by the mayor for John, and the mayor himself came in it. Henry was also getting angry when the sound of bullets started coming from one side. That Henry angrily asked all his men to go in that direction because he understood that John is alive and he has come to take revenge from him. But actually the one who fired the shot from there was not John but the little child who was distracting them all. John was hiding under their base and started killing these people one by one. Now John comes out from under this base to kill the rest of Henry's men. And on the other hand we are shown that the child had now gone to the top of the roof. From wherever he kills one or two of Henry's men, one of Henry's men sees him from below on the roof. He shot upwards and kerosene started falling from above. The kerosene caught fire along with his victim and burnt him too. On the other hand it was shown that John had succeeded in killing the other two men of Henry as well, and before that he would have gone and killed Henry. From a distance, Henry shoots on his arm and makes him fall. Henry wanted to see his poor face and then wanted to kill him. Seeing him helpless, he aims his gun at him when a gunshot is heard and Henry falls instead of John. It is shown from behind that Madeline had come and killed Henry. Henry was dead. John and Madeline look at each other and both of them get angry at each other. John had killed Madeline's husband. Madeline's husband had harmed her family, so both of them point their guns at each other but do not kill each other because both of them understood that somewhere they both have the same pain. Meanwhile, the sheriff comes here and thanks John for saving the entire town from the torture of Henry's cruelty. These people were about to celebrate when they saw Madeline. The sheriff and all the people were afraid that Madeline might start ruling over them. They tell John to kill Madeline too or else they will kill her. But John tells them that no one will kill Madeline. She will not do anything to you people. She will stay with me. Listening to John, the sheriff leaves with his people and we are shown that Madeline and John have now started their journey as they are also leaving this city. That two together and the movie ends here just by showing these two.